We can probably start. Let me
All
just
right.
see.
Well, we get going and then she can join
Yeah,
us.
if she comes on, just send her a reminder in case, but
Okay.
all right.
Is there any discussion on the minutes from March 9th? If not, do I hear a motion to accept the minutes from March 9th?
Motion to accept the minutes from March 9th.
Is there a second?
I'll
Can
second
I
that.
second?
right,
Okay, I
all in-
wasn't there.
all-
Oh, who seconded that?
Maureen
Hickey.
did, Maureen.
I did.
Yeah, Maureen Hickey.
Yeah, you can't if you weren't there, Susan.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All in
And
favor?
I wrote them, so I probably should second
All in
them.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
Minutes are accepted. All right, move on to Judy's financials.
Okay. They're pretty dull. They continue to be the same type of things.
That
Um,
number that jumped out at me was that number for March. What the
Oh,
heck
for
was
the,
going on in March?
Yes, for the number of units of service.
Yeah,
Yes,
what was
we
going on
had-
in March?
A lot of people came out and returned
Wow.
to the exercise classes.
Oh, my gosh.
Holy moly.
Yep, that's
Wow.
what they have come back for, it seems. So we hope that continues. We believe that number is correct. That is with the new system, but trying to gauge how many people are in each class. And then we even, Mary Ann, I had her count up every day how many people we thought were in the building,
Right.
who knew checked in plus the estimates. Yep, that was it. But that includes the exercise classes, someone coming in to have their taxes done, who checked in at the desk, all that kind of stuff. So,
Mhm.
yes, it was quite a jump, like you say, Tom.
That's great.
Jumped right up there. And it
Judy,
was
does that
about,
Does that include the
What?
drive-through? The drive-through for St. Patrick's
you
Day?
know what? We did not.
Okay,
So that would be,
Wow,
that would be,
90,
more.
right?
That's
Another
right.
90?
that's right.
that's
Would be
right.
Another 90 check-ins, yeah.
Holy
'Cause
smoke.
we don't have the hand scanner. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
you can get the hand scanner, but then it's like, oh, who wants to
Yeah.
scan? It seems so impersonal.
Like a
or something.
supermarket then.
Yeah, it's like, oh, here we
Right.
are. So, but yep, that was impressive. And we believe that's at least 250 different individuals that was checked.
Wonderful.
So
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
that is a good amount. We were happy. We hope that continues. So.
Nice. Excellent.
Very
yes.
good. Yeah.
Judy, is there anything that has not resumed? I know poker is back. I know bingo's back. I know wood carving is back. Is there anything that's not back?
There, no, I would say everything just about came back, everything, but the numbers, and that's what I was gonna talk to you about in my report.
Okay.
Where we need to get some people back in.
Okay,
Okay.
Only lunch hasn't come back. We had
Right.
our special
Right.
lunch, but we can talk about that,
yeah.
but
Okay. So should we go back to the financials? Do we need
no,
to,
that's
like,
something,
We're still on
nothing
it.
else,
yeah,
right?
we're still on financial, I
Yeah,
mean,
we're
the
still
yeah.
on it.
usual bills, all that kind of jazz, the same old stuff, nothing really jumping out at anybody. So,
We have someone joining us, Judy, who I'm not
Yep.
familiar with.
oh, that's Lorna from the Commission on Disabilities. Or just
Oh,
They
okay.
changed their name, I might be saying it wrong,
Okay,
but welcome, Lorna.
welcome.
She's the liaison from
Okay.
that board. So, but that's all I have on the financial parts there. The
Yep.
gifts are still the general gifts. And we're waiting to spend part of that Wilcox fund on the furniture and computer stuff, so.
Okay.
Right.
Anybody have anything else for Judy on the financials? If not, do I hear a motion to accept?
I'll accept.
Second,
Second,
all in favor?
aye.
All right. Financials are accepted. Let's go on to Judy's report.
Okay, all right, and as some of you had asked just before we started, the AARP tax assistance finished up today. They processed about 95 returns, much smaller than previous years because they just didn't have the volunteers. That was part of the issue. I don't know, Susan, where you volunteer at your place, if you had issues getting volunteers, but AARP.
No, I get paid. I get paid, Judy.
Oh,
I work for
okay.
H&R Block. Yeah.
Oh, well, good for
Oh,
you.
cool.
Good for you. But it was a tough year for them because I know they could have used plenty more volunteers. I
Ah,
know a lot of
interesting.
centers didn't even offer it.
So you had to
um,
turn people away? Is that what happened? People?
a few near the
Yeah.
end. But one of the things we did learn that AARP, they post their tax assistance. They say that it's for all, for everyone. So they
But-
brought, they brought our newsletter to me and it said, we write 60 and over, Wakefield
Right.
residents preference. Well, they came to me and said, this is discriminating. I says, what? I'm like, these are the people we serve. So the gentleman showed me how they advertise it. And I said, well, you may
Oh.
advertise that way. I said, however, we serve people 60 and over. And of course, that would be the group that we would cater to first.
Right,
If,
right.
if they have more volunteers, we would gladly open it up to other people. So I think next year, it's just a matter like of semantics of not writing it in the newsletter. And because
Okay.
they also said to us, well, you only serviced Wakefield people. And I'm like, well, hello, that's where we are. They were the first ones who called. So that's who got the slots.
Right.
There are
So-
other places though, with AARP tax aides who can service people who don't live in Wakefield or who are under 60. I think, I don't know for sure, but I think that you're within your quote unquote rights to eliminate it that way.
Well, that's what I said to them. I said,
Yeah.
I mean, that's who we serve here.
Right.
Right.
I mean, we are
Right.
being age friendly, but if they had more volunteers, I think, they just didn't have the staff to accommodate what they'd
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to. So, maybe next year things will be better. Maybe more people will volunteer to help and they can do it twice a week instead of one day a
Yeah.
week. But I know the woman who ran it, Amy Sablon, she did a wonderful job with the staff she had. She really did. So they were on
Wow.
top of everybody. So I
Mhm,
think they did a great job. So I just wanted to put that one out there.
Okay.
So the other thing we just did, where we also just alluded to was the pizza, what was getting people back in the building. And we had pizza and trivia, which Tom came back to help us serve and clear like he did every Tuesday for how many years, Tom, as a kitchen volunteer. It was nice. It was a smaller group than I thought we'd have. I thought
Okay.
have maybe I thought we'd get 40 people. I was surprised we only got 25, but maybe that's what's to come.
Right.
What's been interesting is the things like the cards and bridge and the quieter things.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people in those activities. Exercise, we're filled to the rim. There's waiting lists for those classes. I didn't want to fill every hour of the day with exercise.
Right.
Right.
So that's why we left, the poker and bridge are always in the afternoon and that type of stuff. But it's just, they're not as many bridge players as there used to be. Like I told you guys, we used to have 5 tables of people playing bridge. This week, we were lucky, we had 2. So we had 8 people. But we were used to, 24, 20, you know what I mean? We had
Wow.
a lot of people. So it's interesting to see who's coming back. The poker
Right.
group is growing a bit, which is interesting. And that's a good thing. But, we're working on now, I was talking with Lisa, the activities director today, and saying, what other programs do we need to try and bring back to get people to come and do the more quieter things that go on? Like the art class is pretty filled. They already have he has anywhere from 15 to maybe 20 people in the art class. I don't know. It's just something we're going to investigate. We thought, we did the trivia yesterday and the pizza. We thought, well, maybe if we could do a monthly trivia and Lisa would run that if people want to come out, for something like that, a board game day, or we're also looking towards the summer, like we've always done. We invited grandparents to bring their kids to the movies and stuff, but yet nobody's coming to the movie either. One lady showed for the movie today.
Really?
And she was like,
Oh,
don't
shoot.
show it. Yeah, it's because that group who used to watch the movie, it might be just, that's right. Because would any of us go to the senior center to see a movie? No, we'd probably stream it at home, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's things have changed a bit there. So, like tomorrow we have a group coming Mary Ann Snow does that craft she does. for
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Now that she gets 20 people easily. So people
Yeah.
come in for that. So we know that's
Right.
busy. But it's just the things like the card players, the movie, the meals, like, I don't know if it's just a post-COVID little lapse and people just gotta come back slowly. I don't
Yeah.
know. Because we
Hmm.
see the exercise, they're all there, but it's just those classes, you know, I didn't know, because I can add in the afternoon a yoga class and a Tai Chi class, but there it is more exercise, and I didn't know if I wanted to
Right,
fill the time with more of that. So
right.
I don't know if anybody has any ideas on any other kind of program, but like I said, Lisa, the activities coordinator, is going to, you know, be investigating a few things herself. So
Mhm,
just
mhm.
wanted to let you know that. But it's-
So, the Eat Local, that was the pizza, right?
Yep,
And when was that, Judy?
yesterday. Ed Dombrowski
nice.
came and did the trivia, which was good. God, everybody won a prize, I think, didn't they, Tom? It
Yes,
seemed
they
like,
did. Everybody got something.
yep, we all learned something about Wakefield.
Yep.
Oh,
So
it was Wakefield trivia?
Wakefield
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have been there, Flo.
Oh, darn it, if I'd have known I'd have come.
Yeah. Well,
How
he'll
about the
come back
walking group,
again.
Judy? Do people come for the walking group?
Do people come? Yes, maybe about, not too many, like 4 to 6 people.
Okay, well, people are
Yeah.
doing it though, yeah. Good.
Yeah, we did have a woman call yesterday about the walking group. She wanted to see if she could join it because she was only 58 years old. I'm like, sure, come on over.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
walking
Yeah.
outside, that's fine.
Right.
But it's just one of those things, trying to figure out now in this, you know, this new way, what people would come out for. Because we know we've lost a group of people who would come over daily with us and, you know, just sit and chat. And
Right.
people aren't
Yeah.
sitting and chatting.
Yeah.
You know, people come in and get books all the time from the library, but they
Yeah,
don't, you
they
know,
don't
they don't
stay.
hang around.
Yeah.
That's it.
Mm.
So,
Judy, I told Mary Ann yesterday, if Mystic Valley does the cookout again this year, I think you get a very good turnout,
I think we would too.
you know?
I think we would
That's
too. I
always
have
been
a,
very, very popular.
yeah, I have a
Mm.
call into them because they're probably the best way to do a cookout for the seniors for the summer.
Yeah,
They have
Great.
everything down pat. They know how to run it.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
they do a nice job.
Would
Didn't we
they ever do more than one? I mean, so that you could do a
Don't know.
couple of them in the summer? I mean, to get people in and around?
You know, they may, where they're doing fewer congregate
Others.
lunch sites, maybe.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like last
Mm.
year, I remember it was a lot of work. Did you guys help
Was
us
it?
with that, the drive-through? Oh, we had the DPW guys helped us that
Right.
day.
Yeah, no.
And
We
they,
didn't.
they just sent, it was like maybe 3 people to do the
Oh,
whole
you said
thing.
that.
And it
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like crazy. And these
Yeah, I
poor women
remember
were
you s-
pulling the, you know, hamburger buns out of the thing. One guy's on the grill. And then I'm grabbing the DPW guy, go help. It just became, they didn't have enough help either. But this year
Wow.
should be
Sure.
better. I mean, we're not
Yeah.
in the middle of a pandemic. We're on our way out. So it would.
And if we're
hopefully-
not, you won't be there to worry about it.
No, I won't. I won't. But-
Well, it's
but
an
I did-
outdoor thing. So even if we are, you know,
No, that cooks, no, we don't eat outdoors.
oh, we don't eat out. you
Oh,
don't-
no,
No.
because we tried that once. Don't you know, what happens when you have a cookout? The bees
Ants.
come, the
Bees.
bugs
Yep.
come,
Bees, the
rain.
bugs,
the bugs.
rain, yeah,
Rain,
rain.
yep.
Yeah, they cook it outside, but we bring it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how that works.
I thought there was some talk of a picnic down at the park, one of the park, you know, the park down the street. But I think that was 2 years ago before COVID, as I recall.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could always try one of those. We could always, you know, do that. Whether they'll do 1 or 2, I don't know how many
Yeah,
they do.
yeah.
I did call them last week. They will do box lunches. So if we were to have like a once a week trivia or a once a week, I don't know, chat and talk about, you know, whatever's in the news and give people a box lunch.
Oh,
we
yeah.
do that. Mystic Valley said they would do that and they would deliver them. Cause I says, well, we could pick them up. You know, because I don't know how much delivering of congregate meals they do anymore, where they don't
I know.
serve
Right.
them everywhere.
Right, right.
I'll have to check with Melrose. I know they were bringing it back, but I don't know how their numbers will be because Melrose just opened this week. They've been closed pretty much the whole time. So they just
Wow.
opened.
Wow.
So, yeah,
The
they
whole
had,
senior center's been closed?
yeah, they had some like physical plant issues, like heating and cooling, and
Oh,
they fixed those and something else happened, but I believe they just opened this week. Yeah, the 11th. They opened Monday.
Hmm.
So, but these are things, I wish I had an answer how to fix it all before I leave. But I mean, I know the people coming in and the people there, and with the help of you guys, that this will all be
Mhm.
fine and work itself out. That's
Sure.
why no worries about that.
Yep.
But what else? I was gonna say, what's another thing I had? The pizza. Oh, I fixed it. I didn't fix it. The stove got fixed that I spoke to you guys about. So after being in the building 20 years, the stove, we finally had to spend some money on it. It's not on this batch because they didn't send the bill yet, but it's $830 to fix the gas stove. So it's
God.
it's working, but if you're over 20 years and only $800,
Mhm.
not a bad deal. So
Not too bad, right?
Yeah.
not too bad. So it's all fixed, ready to go for when you're warming up those burgers, Tom, that you're taking off the grill and have to keep them warm on the stove. It's working. It's in good shape.
But the dishwasher's still on the fritz, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm kind of torn with spending the money to
Right.
fix it, even though it would be fixed and all set for people when they come in. But right now, when no one's using it and we're eating
Right.
off of paper plates,
Right.
Right.
because the cost of that thing, they've gone up. The first time I looked, they were $3,800. Now they're
Whoa.
up to like 5,300.
Wow.
No, no.
Yeah, so
Yikes.
it's a lot. So
Yeah.
paper goods, I don't know, it
Yeah.
might be worth it to stay with that for a while.
Right.
It would
Unless-
seem like when there's a need, if, frequent meal preparation and eating
Right,
happens, but
right.
because it probably have to, there's health codes, right? That you have to have
Yes.
certain dishes,
Yeah,
but it doesn't
Yeah.
seem prudent to spend that money now.
no, if we had it, I know at one point I had asked Mystic Valley, but that's pre-pandemic, and they
Yeah.
were
Sure.
willing to dish out the money, but now that we don't even have the Mystic Valley meal there,
Right.
Oh,
they're
right.
not gonna sink the
No.
money into it.
No.
Right,
No.
right.
So,
And like any event that you've had in the past paper plates have worked out fine.
Yeah.
So
yes,
hard to justify
yeah.
that, I suppose.
because it's hard. Tom knows it's hard sometimes to keep up with the dishwash thing. I mean, it washes the dishes. What was it in like 10 minutes, Tom, or 15
think so,
minutes?
yeah.
The thing is on.
Oh.
It's like
Right.
fast, high heat, everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's helpful. But it's the next person will have to think about that when food comes back.
Mhm.
Right. Mhm.
What else? I did want to also tell you that the message boards that we've had up, and they were out of commission for a little while, when you come in the building, in the back door and the front door. Jen McDonald has done a nice job on those. We used to just put up our own messages, what was happening at the senior center, but
Mhm.
now she has configured them that we can get all kinds of town news. So anything
Nice.
that's happening, we had Lorna, we had the movie was posted that they were showing on Monday night. I just lost the name, something lives, but
Intelligent, I think.
Intelligent, thank you. Intelligent Lives, everything from showing that to, getting a rain barrel, all that kind of stuff. So it's
Nice.
all town news. It's not just what's happening at the senior center, which is good.
So it's an electronic message board?
Yes. Mary
Cool.
Ann and Lisa, Jen McDonald came down and gave them a little class on it. We used to have the old version, which was very old. We had it probably for 7 years. And it was just very cumbersome to use, and you had a space thing. Ugh, it took forever to load stuff. So now we got the newer version, and it's really good. People stop and look at it. I
Good.
mean, and they're not just looking at the pictures, looking for themselves. They're looking at the news, whatever's happening in town. So that's
Nice.
a good thing. That is a good thing. And like I said, it was kind of a busy month, but those gaps of, needing to fill the afternoons up a little with something other than exercise is something that needs to be addressed. So we're going to work on that as best we can. But like I said, Lisa is on it, and I'm sure the new person will be on it as well. The thing I forgot to call back on, I believe it's in June that the blood pressure clinics will be back being done by the Board of Health. I did not ask the home health care agencies again because they were short. So I don't want to
Okay.
ask them when they're short enough, when people need them in their home, to having people
Right.
come over to us. So I know they have their own issues, but I'm sure they'll be back to help out when they can.
Mhm.
So, and other than that, I don't have anything else there.
What about, you mentioned a few minutes ago, the people coming in? Do you have anything to tell us about people coming in?
What
I don't know
people,
what people you were referring to besides your replacement, but do you have anything to tell us about anything?
no.
Oh, new board members?
No.
Oh, yeah.
New
I
director.
don't know.
Oh,
What do you mean saying, Susan?
Well, have they hired your successor yet? Do you know?
I sent an email.
I missed
sent
it.
you
I'm
the-
sorry.
I sent you an email just before this meeting.
Oh, okay. I
There's
didn't
some
see it.
restrictions over, saying the person's name.
Okay.
Because, there's some things in the charter, but there has been
Okay.
someone chosen. Yes.
And when will that be publicly available?
The 23rd, I think it is, or something like that. It's out there, but if you read the email, you'll know the name. It's someone that I think a lot of people on the board are familiar with, having worked with her. So,
I didn't read any email today except work stuff, so.
oh, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, well, I wanted to send it because I didn't know how, at first, it's just a funny little quirk in the charter. There's a
Yeah, well-
15-day something, so I'm like, oh, but I gotta tell the board, so. But
Understandable.
you'll all be happy.
Okay.
She is a good
So
fit.
it will be public on the 22nd, you said?
Third,
Yeah, 23rd, I think they
the
have.
next town, is it the next town council
The
meeting?
next
Judy?
town council, so that would be
Yeah.
then the 25th.
It would be the
I think, yeah.
25th, yeah.
The 25th,
Yeah, because they met this week, right? Yeah.
yes. So it would be, that's
Okay.
what it would be. I mean, it's out there, people know.
Sure.
But you
went through
you
the
can't say it
interview
on cable
process.
TV.
We
What's
can't
that?
broadcast it.
You can't
Well-
broadcast it on the cable.
Well, I mean.
On
I
a
could,
Zoom
but I
meeting.
just- Yeah.
It's
This is-
okay, it's okay.
is
I'll
this
read
Susan,
my-
I'll text it to you. Have the email.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna look
Yeah.
at my phone right now.
Yeah.
And so this is your last meeting though, right? You won't be
Yes.
at the next one. Okay,
No.
so she'll be
No.
flying solo then.
Right.
And then someone mentioned new board members. So are there new people
They
to
start
fill
in
Maureen?
May, yes.
Okay.
They
Okay.
they start in May. Susan was reappointed. I remember one of the woman's names was Suzanne Powers, and the other woman, I don't recall what, Sherry sent me a quick email with not the
Okay.
particulars, just the names of the people who were put on the board.
Okay,
I can't remember, but I
Yep.
get that to you.
that's okay.
Yep. And, and like you said, the next person, they'll be flying solo. I'll help them. And I know you guys will be very helpful in whatever format they choose to bring you of what news of the day, whatever you want to know. I mean, like on ours, the financials, we never gave those until, I don't know if any of you remember who was on with Stan. Stan used to be on the Reading school committee. So he was very numbers oriented and wanted to make sure we never went over budget. I'm like, don't worry, I don't want to either. So, but he was a good guy, but he always wanted
was.
to know exactly. But now what the town has that, I don't know what you call it, open checkbook or whatever, you can go online anytime and see what bills
Look at everything.
are
Right.
paid by any department at any time. So, I'm sure you guys and the new director will come up with whatever format works for you all, what you guys want to see. So it's yours, it's your time. But that's all I have under the directors. I do have a little age-friendly note.
okay. Well, does anybody have any questions for Judy before we move on? If not, do I hear a motion to accept her report?
So moved.
Oh,
Second?
You don't
Second.
want
I'll
to-
second.
All
Oh,
in favor?
Maureen Hickey.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, the
Aye.
report is accepted. Let's go on to age friendly.
Okay, I just do have one little update. You know how we spoke about the communication piece and how the other places who had standalone websites to check out how to get around whatever
Mhm.
town. After, talking to Jen, talking to another senior center, they don't see that much more traffic, even if they have a real fancy type of, website. It does bring
Okay.
people initially. So this is what I decided to do for this year. We have the money. You know how we went to the new My Senior Center
Mhm.
check-in tracking system? Well, they also have a piece to it that you can sign up for things online, pay for classes online.
Oh.
It is very user-friendly. So when the version that we had was the cheaper version, it would have cost us, I think, $1,600 a year. But with
Mhm.
that $1,600, you had to look at ads. And it looked tacky. You'd come in the senior center, it was supposed to be a floating picture of the senior center and say, welcome to the town of Wakefield. But what you were ending up seeing was this lady who's trying to sell the ad. She was a caricature. She looked very tired, like she had a long day. I'm like, okay, this is really, I can't look at this thing. And then then I said it, and then everyone kept saying, yeah, why? I'm like, wait, I got a call on this. So for $3,200, we can get rid of the ads, whatever they are, because you don't really have a choice in the ads, whoever
Mhm.
wanted to advertise on it. But we can get rid of the ad, have a nice welcoming sign, have the nice check-in online. When we get to that point, let the people who are using it get used to how it works before we
Okay.
go all in. But to me, that is another way to communicate. It was, a more modern way, especially where you could pay online, that type of stuff once we're all
Yeah.
in it. So I made that decision. So they're gonna bill us $3,200 for the year
Nice.
for that,
That's-
which is cheaper than a few of them. I did look into how much people pay for certain systems check-in like that. Some are upwards of
Mhm.
5,000. So I'm like, well, for
Wow.
3,200,
Mhm.
and it's from that gift fund, and we had about $10,000, so that'd pay for 3 years worth of it at least. The price remains at 3,200 every year. So, and then maybe.
So that comes out of that, what is it?
That Wilcox.
Wilcox.
The Wilcox, yeah. So it would come out of that. So, but to me, that made sense right now. Susan?
Well, as a comment, and I think, this is not a term I use, but marketing people use it, brand management. So I think modernizing and being much more, with it, so to speak, with electronic communication is a way also to put out to the town for whoever sees it, but to put out for the town for that next group of 50 and 60-year-olds who might have this image of the senior center as a place where you get your blood pressure checked, or you
Right.
go do,
Right.
or you go do senior Zumba or something.
Or bingo, yeah.
Yeah, we want to
Yep.
have more, vibrancy, and people
Mhm.
expect nowadays I'm amazed at how much of the business H&R Block does is virtual business. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot this year and I'm pretty computer savvy. So,
Yeah.
so I think people in the world expect that, and that's good. So I'm
Sure.
glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Good decision,
will
Judy.
it be able to go to access that through the town website?
Well, it's a separate website. They don't have to, I think we probably have a
Oh.
link maybe on our page, but they could access it on their own. You'd have to be a
Oh.
member, like you couldn't be some random person from
Yeah.
another town and say,
Mhm.
oh, I'm just gonna go on. You have to be part of the Wakefield Senior Center. We would contact you if they weren't, you know what I mean? There'd be a way to do it. So
Sure.
I'm not sure exactly how it all plays
Yeah.
out,
Oh,
but
that's
it
excellent.
seemed like Susan said, we're trying to think forward because
Yeah.
not everybody.
Well, and just to be able to sign up I always think like, oh gee, I wonder if I could go to an exercise. Of course, do I ever go? No, but at the senior center. But you have to call, right? Don't you have to call ahead
Yeah.
of time? So, and if you're not, if they're not open, you can't. But I always think of these things, at 7 o'clock at night. So I
Yeah.
think that's great.
Yeah.
That'll be really good. Nice.
No, I think it should be,
Yeah,
so.
excellent.
Judy, how do you plan to get the word out to the world about this?
Are
Are you gonna do the daily, the item?
well, as part of, in the newsletter, we
Okay,
could do it that way.
yeah,
As we get better at using the system, we will inform the current users that way, the current
Okay.
people who come to the center all the time, but probably through the item, like you say, and
Right.
the
I think the
newsletter, the
item's
best
good,
way,
okay,
in the town newsletter, the one that Jen McDonald does up that goes in a water bill or light bill, there's some news item that she does. It could even go in that. So once we're at that point, I think that would be, go ahead, Susan.
Nice.
I have another comment too, and just in terms, I don't know what the requirements are for the town, but in terms of accessibility, website accessibility, was that part of any discussion you have? And if so, there may, Lauren, I don't know if you want to weigh in on this. There may be a way to, meet some requirement, what if somebody, for example, is visually impaired and they can't use a website? Do we have audio? I'm not saying we should, but what is that's something not to lose track of, that as time goes by, we want to make, there's requirements to make things accessible. Websites even. I'm just putting it out there for not even a footnote, but a note, an
Yeah,
important note.
Yep. Yeah. I would have to check. I don't know. Like,
I don't know
there's-
if the town website is even, I don't know. I've never looked
It
at
may
that.
be, I'm
Mhm.
trying to see, whose website do I use that says, would you like this read to you? Or something like that.
Your computer will do that for you, but I don't know.
Yeah, but there's
website.
somebody's website had a thing, but it maybe wasn't the town. Like you said, I don't know if Lorna, you maybe could shed any light on that or know of any? No,
I really don't. I know that deaf blind clients that I know usually have their whole computer is set
Yeah.
up personally for them to be able to use it.
yeah,
I think there's, braille on their keys.
But there's
and I
several
think some of them
requirements.
low
of some-
vision that blows up the screen.
Mhm,
I wonder if Jen McDonald would know where she
you would.
does a lot of the websites on the town website.
Yeah,
There are federal requirements for
Right.
organizations to get federal money, but I don't know if it applies to municipalities or not. I don't know.
Hmm,
yeah,
Yeah.
that I don't know.
It's
Sorry
something to
about that.
leave to the next person to find out.
Yeah, no, and I was just somewhere, but it wasn't changing on your computer. It was someone's website and it had.
Okay, yeah.
because it, I didn't need it, so I didn't look, but I can't recall. But other than that, and that is all I have. That's all I have on the age friendly.
okay.
Is it? That's as friendly as we're gonna be this week. That's not,
So when you retire, become unfriendly.
that's it.
Maybe.
But I would, but before we adjourn, I would like to thank all of you who have been on the board. I do appreciate your input and the time that you take really to do this every month, every day, to think about what we do at the senior center. So I am truly appreciative of all the time that you guys have given over the years. Tom, I think you've been here the longest with us, and then Flo, but I thank you all very much.
We
And
thank you,
Maureen, I
Judy.
don't know what happened to Maureen Howlett. I also want to thank her because she was another one who's been here for a long
Right.
time too.
Right. Yep.
So, I appreciate it, and I know you guys will be great with the new director, because you are a good team there, and so make me proud.
Well, thank you, Judy, for all you've done
Absolutely.
for the senior center, the town.
Yep,
It's been great.
for the board of directors. this
great
is all-
run.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It's been
Does
my
How many
anybody-
years? When did you
Anybody have
start?
anything else?
No, I just want to ask one more question. Judy,
Yep.
when did you start as director?
In 2003.
What day?
It was February 10th, I believe,
2003, and your last official day will be what, April 30th?
April 29th.
April 29th, okay.
Yes, yes.
Good
So,
run, thank you.
like I said, thank you all. Couldn't have done it without your support. So it's truly appreciated. Nobody works alone. Everybody has people help them. And I'm appreciative of the support that I've always had through every board, through my first board with, I was trying to think of all their names, Ginny Howard, Delia Jeffries, all kinds of people, Laney Melanson, going way back, Janet Miranda, Viola Simiola, all the people who were there in the beginning with me. So it's really appreciated. So
We appreciate what you have done.
Absolutely.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys.
100%.
Thank you.
Guys have done.
Are you
wonderful
sad? A
job.
little sad? Your
I
last
am
board
a little
meeting?
sad because like, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, now what am I gonna do? Like today I had a busy day with the meeting with you at 8:30, Maureen,
Yeah.
and then I had meetings all day and then I'm like, I'm gonna have no meetings at all someday. And then I'll
Yeah.
just be sleeping.
Great.
What am I gonna
No
do?
emails, no
No,
people
nothing.
calling you, yelling at you.
Right.
I know it. And I already told you, I already did my project. I was gonna build a fire pit in my yard.
Oh, you did that already?
Already. It took 2 hours. I took a trip to Home Depot. I bought the things. I already had the insert. I'm like, well, gee, because that was a quick retirement project. That's, oh my gosh. I'm like, that was easy. I'm sitting there measuring the diameter. It says do this. I'm like,
Oh, my God.
Just
my
wait.
husband goes, that could be the side job.
There'll be a day when you wonder, how in the world did I have time to work?
Right. I know.
I
Exactly.
said that
Okay.
just
I'm
today.
looking forward to that day.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah,
forward
it'll
to
come,
that
it'll
day.
come,
Right.
yeah.
Yep.
I have all this
Excellent.
advice from all of you who've gone before me, so I'm taking that all in, so.
And I want to
Thank
thank everybody. It's been a real pleasure working with everybody. And I will be at the senior center from time to time, helping out when there are, events going on. So hopefully I will see you all there.
Well, thank you for your
Great.
leadership,
Thank
Tom.
you, Tom.
Thank you all. It's been a real pleasure. Anybody have
Great.
anything else? If not, we will adjourn.
Okay, I'll move that.
Adjourn? Do we need a motion or are you
Bye.
just
Is there
gonna?
a second? Is there a motion and a second?
I'll
Yes, there
second.
is. All in favor?
Bye.
Goodbye.
Aye.
Bye.
later.
Thank you,
All right.
guys.
Last meeting.
Bye-bye.